Hi, Aisha Hogan here from the Chakra House of Healing. One of the questions that I received was, do I facilitate couples coaching? The short answer is yes. But the long answer is like this. So it's a little bit different than your conventional coaching where you're kind of both there for most of the sessions. Here I like to work with you individually because each person comes with their own triggers. Each person comes with their own issues. And I have to deal with those first. Okay, so what I want to do is help you relieve some of your unresolved emotions. Let's put some of those triggers to rest. And you will find that even before you come in as a couple, some of your issues will already have worked themselves out. A lot of the times what we're doing is actually, as I said in a previous video, we're bringing our triggers to the table. So what we want to do is make sure that not only do we not bring our triggers to the table, but we actually have to deal with them. So yes, I do help people deal with their individual triggers, and then I start working with you together because sometimes it's an issue of communication. Perception is really important too. So perception, how I say something to you and how you hear me is different. So for instance, if I said to you, oh my God, I saw this amazing sunset today and I'm going to tell you everything about it, and I go and I start telling you the colors and everything that I saw, well, already you're seeing this sunset in your head, in your imagination, completely different. It's kind of like broken telephone. We perceive things according to our own beliefs. We perceive things according to our own experiences, and we perceive things according to our triggers, okay? So we want to make sure that we deal with individual triggers, and then when we come together, we can then work on the stuff that we're still having issues with, and that then is the true relationship issues, okay? So yes, I do deal with couples. Also, sometimes there's issues like erectile dysfunction. I mean, it's a thing, right? So erectile dysfunction is a thing. If it is non-medical, then yes, we can deal with it through hypnosis, through release of triggers, through coaching. It's very fast, actually, quick. So if you are suffering from erectile dysfunction, premature ejaculation, something like that, and you aren't even in a relationship, that's okay. Like, we can still deal with that. Sometimes it has some guilt wrapped around it. Sometimes you've been belittled. Your self-esteem has been knocked down. So those could be issues that lean towards you having that problem. It actually it's not medical at all. However, if you come to someone like me regarding ED, then what you need to do is first go see a doctor. Okay, first let's make sure that it is not a medical issue, because if it's a medical issue, then I can't help you with that, okay? Yes, do I work miracles? I like to think I do, but you know, there's some stuff I can't do, all right? So you need to make sure that you do that. Secondly, with women, if you are having female frigidity, which is kind of the opposite to ED, that could be coming from some trauma in your past. In most cases it has nothing to do with the relationship once again, or maybe it does. But in a lot of cases, if you've always been this way, then it has something to do with something else that's happened. And sometimes we can't remember those things. We block them out. That's part of the job of our root chakra, is to protect us from memories that we can't handle. So it's about trying to find out what happened, but in a way that's gentle for you, and also we can clear all the triggers and the stuff around it. So sometimes the issues are in the bedroom, and sometimes the issues are our own triggers, and sometimes the issues are actual issues within the relationship, and we need to figure out what's happening there. But yes, so I do it, but I do it a little bit differently than most. It's always confidential. So what you tell me about your wife or vice versa stays that way, because it needs to. I need to say that. I do need to say that. So, I mean, it's always like it's kind of like we just think it's that way, but we want to make sure that it is in fact that way, because I don't want people to think that they need to edit themselves when they're in this space with me. So yes, couples counseling is great. Relationship issues are great. Relationship issues can also mean that maybe you're always meeting the same kind of guy. You know, why do I always meet the same kind of guy? So like the same guy with a different head. You know, it's the same thing. You know, why am I always meeting the same kind of girl? You know, and this is not the type of person that I want. You know, they're great for a few months and then all of a sudden, you know, there's that narcissism or there's that controlling issue or there's that, you know, self-esteem where they're bringing me down and stuff like that. So it's about, you know, releasing the triggers, the unresolved emotions, bringing back some energies that you may have released in your past, which sounds really weird. But what that means is sometimes, let's say you had a really controlling person in your life, an authority figure when you were young. Let's say they were really controlling and super insulting. They put you down. They were always mean to you, that type of thing. So what happens is we actually have that characteristic within ourselves too. But but we don't use it, right? So we don't use it, or we use it when we have to use it. So what you don't want to do is let something like that dominate. So what that means is we've taken that controlling part of our energy and we've thrown it away because we're like, I don't want to be that ever. Like, that's not what I want to be in this world. I don't want everyone to ever see me like that, right? But when you do that, energy is very tied into physics, right? So quantum physics tells us what we resist persists with the same force. So when you push that controlling energy out of your life, guess what happens? It pushes back. And what happens is you start meeting people like that and bringing those kinds of people into your world. If someone's really angry all the time and you say, I'm never going to be angry like that with anyone, I am so not doing that. I never want to have someone like that in my life again. And you push that anger energy out of your life, it pushes back. So you end up meeting, right, the same kind of person over and over again. That's why, you know, like, why am I meeting this person? Because you actually have to bring that energy back. You have to honor it back. You need to bring it back into your field. And when you do that, even if you're never going to use it, even if you do that, then there's no more resistance. And if there's no more resistance, there's no more persistence. So we're not meeting those kinds of people over and over and over again. So chances are, if you keep meeting the same kind of guy over and over and over again, they have the personality characteristics of issues or things that you have pushed out of your life at some point. And because you've done that, you just keep bringing it in, okay? But the minute we deal with that, then you don't meet those kinds of people anymore. It's kind of weird, right? I can't explain all the mechanics behind it. I'm just not that smart. Like, I mean, it's beyond more than my little brain can take. But it does work, okay? That's all I can tell you. It absolutely does work. How does it work? I have kind of, you know, I clearly have a basic understanding of it, but the real genetics of it, the real energy, the physics of it, even beyond what we even know in quantum physics, how does it really work with all of our different fields and stuff in our auras and our morphological fields and all this kind of stuff, right? Like, it's like, who wants to know all that stuff? So it's just basically, it works, okay? If you have any questions or comments, please send them to me. If there is a question that you have for me, if you don't know if I can help you with something, please send that to me. Tomorrow at 8:30, we're actually doing another video. I am teaching a hypnosis certification course. It's a 160-hour intensive course. So tomorrow at 8:30, I'm doing a quick video to really describe what that course is all about, what the curriculum's all about, where I'm holding it, the cost, the payment options. So pretty much all the questions that you've got about that course. So tune in tomorrow, send in your questions. You can send them in advance. I'll make sure they're part of my video. And that's it. Have a fantastic day. And I see some comments coming through, but I'm not wearing my glasses, so I can't see them. And I will answer those back soon. Have a wonderful day. Talk to you later. Bye.